The SodaStream has become a device I can't live without. I've had my SodaStream for over 6 months now, so I'm going to take you through what it's been like to use, the top features, any issues I've run into, and who I recommend a SodaStream for. First, let's talk about carbonated water. Now, I became a carbonated water addict a couple of years ago. I got hooked on LaCroix and other brands like Spindrift and Waterloo here in the US, and I became so hooked that carbonated water is my drink of choice for hydration. I'm basically almost always drinking carbonated water for a few reasons. One, the bubbles, it just makes it more interesting to drink carbonated water to me than just flat water. I like that bubble mouth feel. Two, it's really easy to infuse different types of flavors and you can be really fun with it and you can use natural flavoring, artificial, whatever floats your boat. And three, if you're trying to get rid of a soda habit, it can be actually pretty useful because carbonated water creates that same mouthfeel that you get when drinking a soda. So it can be beneficial if you're trying to wean yourself off of soda to something healthier like water. Now, as every carbonated water addict likely knows if you've been hooked on brands like LaCroix and stuff for a while and you're drinking it at home, is the cans and bottles that this habit produces. There is just a lot of recycling involved when you drink carbonated water that is canned or bottled at home. And sometimes you just wish there was a better way to enjoy carbonated beverages at home. Enter SodaStream, the at-home carbonator that does just that. You can easily carbonate water using reusable SodaStream designed plastic bottles and can use the flavor drops from a lot of brands like Bubbly or get a syrup to make soda at home or make your own flavors by using real fruit like I do. I actually bought a Breville citrus juicer and they didn't sponsor this video or anything. I just found them on the web. So I'll leave a link to that juicer below in the description as well as here in the video if you're interested. But I bought a juicer to make it easier to juice limes, lemons, and oranges to lightly infuse into my carbonated water. Now, when you decide you want a SodaStream, there are a few carbonator options to choose from on their website. The classic Fizzy is a manual carbonator where you press down on a button at the top and manually carbonate your water, while others like the version I have called the One Touch are electric. I went with the One Touch because it makes it easy to just be able to press one button and have my water carbonated at the same level consistently. It has 3 buttons at the top, each representing a different level of carbonation. No matter which machine you end up getting, they all have a SodaStream CO2 canister at the back of the machine. Typically, I get anywhere from 2 to 2.5 weeks per CO2 canister, and I'm just one person, so if you have more than one person in your family or household using this thing, you're likely going to run through CO2 canisters quicker than I am. I typically find that I'm ordering 2 refill canisters about every month. SodaStream has 2 main ways to replace the CO2 canisters. You can exchange your empty canisters for full ones at many retail stores here in the US and in other countries as well. Or here in the US at least, you can also do this through the mail where SodaStream will send you a box in the mail with full canisters and a return shipping label so you can reuse the box that the full canisters came with. Now, when you first get your SodaStream, you're likely going to want to order 1 or 2 extra CO2 canisters just so when your first one runs out, you're not waiting on something in the mail to enjoy carbonated beverages again. Both spare and exchange canisters can be purchased on SodaStream's website. The replacement CO2 canisters cost $14.99 US each, and the spares cost $29.99 US each, and can also be found at other retailers as well. Alright, so that's the SodaStream, the features of it, why I use one and why I like carbonated water. Now let's talk issues with the SodaStream. And over the past 6 months that I've used a SodaStream, I've only ever had one issue, and that was a CO2 canister that was leaking CO2 and not working properly. I contacted SodaStream directly since I purchased it through them over email, and they were great and were able to send out a canister right away. So now let's talk recommendations. Who do I recommend this product for? I'd recommend a SodaStream to anyone who likes or who thinks they'd like making carbonated water at home. For me, carbonated water, it's more fun to drink than regular water. It makes me stay hydrated better, and with all the different types of flavors and things you can infuse into it at home, it's just a really fun experience. Plus, with the SodaStream, you have way less recycling to do if you're switching from canned carbonated beverages to reusable water bottles like I did. Do note that SodaStream bottles do have an expiration date on them, and they'll need to be replaced after several years just to avoid any structural rupture while the bottle is under pressure. You can purchase the SodaStream Fizzy Classic on SodaStream's website here in the US and at other retailers as well, and it comes in several colors. The One Touch Electric starts at $116.99 US and comes in both black and white. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions at all on the SodaStream. We'll try to answer them. Or if you have experience with SodaStream, definitely let us know what your experience has been like down in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below and subscribe to the channel for more 6 months later reviews like this one. Also, be sure to check out our free monthly newsletter that recaps everything we publish each month, plus some exclusive tech and podcast recommendations, and that's linked in the video description below. For 6 months later, I'm Josh Tedder. Thanks for watching.